Welcome to episode 3 of The Drive Home. We know you're all excited. We had to take a week off last week, frankly, because there weren't really any great movies we wanted to see. Mm-hmm. So, as is our tradition, we're going to read comments from the multitude of fans we have. But we should first introduce ourselves. I'm Jason.
I'm David.
Oh, I'm Matt, or Taco.
And I'm Jose, back from my assignment at the Oscars.
All right, so let me get into the vault here, and we'll have David read one and then pass it on back.
Read one, pass it on back.
This is just a sampling of the comments we received from our last episode.
All right, so the first comment is from at OJ Simpson 64. He said, "You guys are killing it."
Oh,
Emphasis on the kill.
Very good. I didn't know he was a fan. It's real nice.
Hey, Twitter world.
All right. At user 7365_976 said, "When you put your heart and genitals into something, it's always personal. Love the show."
That was sweet.
We do strive for heart and genitals.
Not sure
Every
what
time.
they were watching.
Yikes. Well, genitals as it is. There you go. Thanks,
Okay.
at user. Yeah, thank you.
That one.
That one. Thank you.
Okay, this one comes from at Harpo846 said, "Your show is so funny, it made me spit the Ozempic right out of my mouth."
Wow.
Wow.
Girl, hook me up with some of that Ozempic. These cameras
You
are
get
too...
Ozempic.
These-
You get Ozempic. You get
Just
Ozempic.
let us out. We didn't
These
even have to
cameras are
pay.
too
Wow.
close to be spitting out Ozempic.
Wow.
Wow.
I didn't know you could take Ozempic orally.
We're getting close to a full page of comments, so
Yeah.
maybe next time
Yeah.
we'll get a full page of comments.
Don't
With
forget
that
to
being
share
said,
in
episode will
comments.
be an
Yeah, tell us
eternity
how
if
much
we
you
have
like the
that
show.
back to the vault for that.
All right, well, let's cue our intro, and then David will give us a little synopsis of Immaculate.
So, Immaculate is a horror movie starring Sydney Sweeney as a young nun from Detroit. And she goes overseas because her parish closed. And the abbey she finds herself in is up to no good. She ends up pregnant. And that is where I'll leave it.
It's technically a convent. An
Oh.
abbey would be for monks.
Oh, okay. A convent.
Yeah.
She ends a shady convent. Shit's going on.
Now, I asked the genre of this movie because I didn't watch the preview before, and I was told by you, Jose, sci-fi thriller.
I said it was like a suspense type, maybe with some supernatural business.
Wow. Okay.
Which when David said horror, exactly right. This was a
Yeah, it was a horror.
This
this was a
movie.
horror film.
All right.
And where
So
Sorry.
maybe before we get into it, do we want to just give it our thumbs up, thumbs down, or thumbs sideways?
yes.
Yeah? So on the count of 3, 1, 2, 3.
Oh, 4 thumbs up.
Wow.
That's our
Yes.
first 4 thumbs
I
up.
think
y'all.
so.
Yeah.
We're
Well,
gonna
Dune-
stick these
Dune
thumbs.
we-
Soon was unanimous. This
All
one
right.
could have gone either way, though. I wasn't
Yeah.
sure with these two in the
Yeah.
back. I
Excuse me.
figured you and I would be a thumbs up.
There were more
That
jumps.
was a very
Good
Um,
jumps.
Is that an
I
insult?
that was one of the best horror movie experiences I've had since Barbarian. I thought it was really fun. It was a really fun movie.
Also, what decade was it in? Was it the 80s? Was it the 90s? Was it the 00s? Was it the aughts? What's happening?
Unsure. Like, they
Okay,
had
unsure.
electricity. It
They
seemed
did.
modern. They had a nice Mercedes.
Because
The
his
Deacon
flip
did.
phone.
They had all the
his flip
stuff for the
phone.
baby. They
Who
could
had-
do the
Yeah, but it was a
um,
Toshiba.
What's that
Oh,
called?
sorry.
A sonogram? Is that what?
What?
it's
Yeah.
Ultrasound.
called? Ultrasound.
Didn't he have like a flip phone in the car?
I didn't notice the flip phone. Oh, the
You're probably
priest.
right.
Priest,
The
yeah.
car looked pretty
Oh, you're right,
modern.
they
I think
called.
we were in modern day.
I don't know.
Maybe like 2004.
Okay.
Okay.
That could be, but lots of candles for a modern movie. Like, that's that seemed to be how they navigate at night, were
I think
candelabras.
it's because it was an unusual convent.
Yeah.
I
Well,
think.
because it's
This
an abbey of
isn't-
poverty.
Yeah. See, they like the poverty.
Yeah,
This isn't your average like Palm Springs vacation place.
No.
It's,
Yeah.
No,
yeah,
ma'am.
no.
They're saving on the electricity bill.
It had to be handy as a full-blooded Italian to basically not read the subtitles. Right?
So there is some Italian, so bring your Italian friends because
Spoiler alert.
I was able to translate for all of them
Yes.
throughout the movie
Loudly.
and
Loudly.
the movie theater.
Yeah.
So that was a nice experience.
Also
for
with
us all.
no shoes on, Taco. Let's
Yeah, I
talk
did
about
see
that
your
for a
shoes
sec.
were-
Well, I wore my boots, and boots are kind of big to put up on the seat in front of you. So why wouldn't you just slip your boots off and be in your socks? I had socks on.
Here's what I would say. I would
Boots.
assume that would be a Taco.
You know what? I knew you fucking said that to Jose halfway through the movie too. You pointed towards my shoes.
Yeah, because I was like, does Taco have his shoes
Yeah,
off?
I clocked your feet too during like that quiet part where she was with the candle. I was like, oh, there's feet up
When
on
you
the seat
took
in
your
front of me.
socks off and beat him on the chair behind.
I only took my socks off when I had to get off.
Yeah.
Oh.
And he just grabbed a few footfuls of popcorn, just the claw, and
I just feel like that would be a pet peeve of yours, people taking their shoes off in the theater.
What do you have to say to that?
I could see how it'd be annoying, but no.
Okay.
There was poo on your seat last time, okay? Feet or poo, and I have socks on. If I was barefoot, I think it's a different
Okay.
story.
Okay.
So let's talk about the AMC experience now.
Yeah,
AMC
they as well.
Experience.
So
gum
Matt's
was already
feet were out.
Matt's feet were out.
You had a rapper that was going.
Yeah, so I think, Jose, the people that were behind us and to the right, I think they were celebrating a large birthday because they were, I think, unwrapping gifts for the first hour of the movie.
I feel like it was a family that hasn't been able to get together for Christmas yet. So this was
just
their
delayed. Yeah.
this was their Secret Santa white
Basically,
elephant gift
Easter.
exchange. Yeah.
an Easter gathering.
I mean, I'm literally
No.
not kidding. I can't believe you guys didn't hear it. They were unwrapping. It sounded like they were unwrapping candy and then rewrapping it just for shits and giggles.
Christmas would be good because of the Carol of the Bells in the
The soundtrack
in the
was
movie.
fitting for a
there was
Christmas.
some Carol of the Bells.
Yeah. Wow.
No, there were some people kind of talking behind us.
Oh, they were
To the
chatty.
left, yeah.
So
They were
I
a little
think that
chatty.
drowned out the
Oh,
rapper.
I don't know how you didn't hear it because I kept looking over you.
WRAPPER rapper. In case.
I saw a guy with his shoes off, so I don't know
Well,
about that.
listen.
I'm a
Comment
little
below
perturbed.
if you have
Comment below.
socks on. Can you slip your shoes off and put it up on
I
the?
don't think so. Do you take your
No.
shoes off in an airplane? I don't.
Do I, David? I don't think
that's
so.
disgusting.
I do for long
absolutely
flights.
not.
Do you
But it's
really?
just your
Yeah.
socks. Your socks aren't
That's
touching
disgusting.
the
It might be
actual
sweaty.
And smelly.
Yeah.
heart. Okay, well, I purposely like wearing boots so I can slip my boots off and then have my feet a little more free. I like a little more freedom.
Likes to free foot it.
I don't know
I've
how-
taken my shoes off in almost tons of
I
movies
have
that we've
never
seen.
noticed. 'Cause
I've
I
David,
never
you've
definitely
seen
would have.
this. Remember at Regal, R.I.P. Regal, I used to take them off all the
We're gonna
I
have
time.
to
think
cut that.
because
We're gonna
those
have
were
to cut
big
that.
recliners and we were more spaced out. I think maybe that is more acceptable, but we're a little close here.
Yeah.
Well, did my feet stink?
They
No.
didn't smell immaculate. Let's just.
Okay.
All right. So, what were our highlights of the movie?
I think the story was really good and original.
Yeah.
I thought that twist. 'Cause I was like, what is going on here? And
What do you mean by twist? What's the twist?
then he basically impregnated her with a genetic
Oh, okay.
thing of because you're like
Because
what's-
we knew it wasn't actually an immaculate.
No, we knew, but I was like, what's going on? Was
Okay.
she just raped? Was she I don't know. Did she have sex before she came to the convent and there's
Right.
something fishy going on there?
Yeah,
And then-
fishy.
Turns out they actually have Jesus's genes there.
They do.
Wow.
Yeah.
How much do you think those would go for?
Well, I think what was impressive was the convent was, I would say, stuck in the early 1700s, but
Mhm.
in the catacombs, they had this amazing genetics laboratory.
Hey,
Yeah.
listen.
Yeah.
Great cover.
I was like,
Great cover.
wow. I mean, and the priest was a geneticist. Who knew?
Yeah.
The deacon
Just smoked
He
a
just
lot.
smoked and liked to
he
brand
was just
people.
smoking
Yeah.
the
The deacon
entire
was
time.
useless, honestly.
The deacon
Did the
was
deacon
creepy.
die?
Yeah, she strangled him
How?
with a rosary.
No,
right?
that was the
No, that was
the
the-
eminence. That was
the
your
cardinal.
bishop, the cardinal.
So many titles.
Yeah.
That's my one issue with this movie is
Yeah.
that there were so many of them, and she only ends up killing maybe 2 or 3. Where were the others to fuck her up?
Yeah,
And
that's
stop her.
why didn't they all like?
Oh, swear, sorry.
Yeah, it's okay. Yeah, why didn't they like sound the runaway nun alarm and like all come after her?
So
Right.
she got
They
the
don't have
bishop,
power.
She got I think she got the ones that were in power. I think she got the important ones.
Yeah.
Because the sisters aren't.
They
No,
didn't
the
do anything.
deacon,
They're
though,
all out of their minds.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the deacon made it.
which I don't know.
He must have
any
been
of
on
these
a
terms.
cigarette.
Deacon,
He
covenant.
was on a union approved cigarette break.
Could have been. Could have been.
I will say one thing.
Please, sister.
Her sister, her voice bothered me a little bit because everyone else was so Italian and kind of old school, and she was like, I'm like a nun.
She's from Detroit.
And yeah,
she's from the
that's
Midwest.
That's not Detroit though.
She's from
she
the
was-
Midwest.
She was too Cali girl, and it was very much like I'm chaste,
Are we gonna talk about?
untouched.
Are we gonna talk about?
Oh,
I'm
the
chaste.
eye.
Chaste.
Did anyone see her
C-H-A-S-T.
eye traveling? Was that the
eye?
was that the
she,
baby?
She did have a tangle eye, didn't she?
Was that-
What
was that the
going
baby?
on?
Sydney Sweeney did?
Yeah.
Yes.
I didn't
This
know
one
that.
over
It was
here
like
was
this.
going.
So we
I
can't-
don't know if
She-
she can do that.
I think she's just a
No,
little-
one of the eyelids was just like down.
She was probably
Sydney,
just
you are
sleepy
beautiful,
because she
you are
didn't.
gorgeous.
We
Yes.
loved.
We
No, I
love
think
you.
it was a choice. I think it was a directorial choice.
I
He
think
was
she
like,
was just
the director was
tired
like,
'cause
"Hey,
every
can you
night-
make your eye go lazy for a few
No,
scenes?"
I thought that they made it a little more red and that they had one of the eyelids down.
Her
more.
eyes were bloodshot.
The red
Yes.
eyes, yeah.
I
I
mean, she didn't sleep a single night. She was always up walking around.
That old lady was cutting her hair.
Yeah, the
And
lady
she was
cutting
being
her hair.
impregnated by a,
By
a
a nail from Jesus' cross.
Yeah. Now, how do you think that he impregnated
The
her?
nail.
Like, just shove the nail up
I
there?
think so.
By the way, spoiler alert.
Oh,
she gets,
Spoiler.
She does get pregnant.
she does get pregnant by
Pregnized
Jesus.
is the right word?
Pregnized, yeah,
Yes.
by Jesus's nail that held him to the cross.
Yeah.
So from my perspective,
Mhm.
seeing a really bad one last time that we thought would be scary, and then this one had so many jump scares. It was like long drawn out jump scares, and though that does scare me, it made it so fun for me
It
in
was
the movie going
suspenseful.
experience.
I was
I
like-
really jumped.
I was
And
like,
it was bloody.
a bloody,
Yeah.
great third act
Yeah.
that was
Yeah.
like totally
And the-
insane.
The kills were just so fun.
I like how she was using religious iconography to, like, a cross.
To
She
kill
killed,
people.
or used a rosary. I was
Yeah.
like, this is
Mhm.
fun.
She used a cross, a rosary, and then the nail that nailed
Oh, yeah,
Jesus
the
to
nail.
the cross.
That's right.
Those were her 3 murder weapons.
I mean,
I mean, that
brilliant.
was impressive. And I think it was impressive that the hero actually did the most killing.
Yes.
Right? That's very
Yeah.
unusual. Like in a horror movie. Like that
She
was
also
a nice...
chewed through an umbilical cord like a piece of Laffy Taffy. Hashtag Laffy Taffy, new flavor,
And then used this,
umbilical cord.
fetus.
Fetus.
Sour fetus. Oh,
oh my god,
Yes.
sour fetus.
I'm sour fetus.
Yeah, she got strong teeth. And then she killed her
Well,
Are
baby
we
with a
sponsored
stone.
by sour fetus?
hashtag -1.
She did kill her baby, but it seemed as though
Yeah.
the baby was perhaps not Jesus, that with the sounds it was making.
Yeah, it was making some odd sounds.
We're
How would you
gonna
describe those
sound
sounds?
like Wally.
Well, we're gonna sue the
Wally-rific.
filmmaker because I'm pretty sure they used our dog, Jose and I's dog,
Sampled.
sample
Yeah.
of him
Yeah, the
snoring.
breathing was
For
very
sure.
odd. Of
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
baby.
Yeah,
It
it
was
was like a
creepy.
mixture of Wally and David in a movie theater.
Do you, do you think I envisioned a baby version of the Sewer Boys from Dick's the
Yes.
Musical?
Oh yeah.
Okay, yes.
Right?
I was disappointed we didn't get to see it.
I
though.
wanted to
like I
see
wanted
it.
to see like
Yeah.
is it like part beast, part? I mean, I don't know.
I think it was good they didn't let us see it at the end. It kind of leaves you
Cliff-
that little ambiguous
a
ending. Like,
cliffhanger.
did she actually
That-
kill the?
I mean, that was a big stone, right? The baby
Oh,
didn't survive,
yeah.
right?
It was like the stone that covered up Jesus' tomb.
Well, if it's baby Satan, then he might
He
survive.
might survive. Yeah, who knows?
It was an interesting choice not to show
Yeah.
that getting killed, because throughout all the kills, it like keeps going. Like they don't just stab him in the face once. It's like 5 times, and you're like, okay, almost too much, but it's real good.
Yeah.
So I was surprised at the end that they didn't do that.
And Sister Isabel's face, that she was a bitch the whole movie, right? She
Who's
was
Sister Isabel?
the
The lady that wasn't very nice.
Oh.
Wasn't very
Probably
nice.
I tried to
my least
strangle
favorite
her in the
character.
tub.
She wanted so badly to be Mother Mary.
Yeah.
Why did she pull off her fingernail?
You know,
I think
as a, you know.
I think it was the
Character.
demon was doing
Yeah.
business to her
Really?
to her body. Well, I mean, she lost her tooth.
she lost her
Uh-huh.
tooth.
I don't think you
falling
do
off
that
her
when you're
nail.
pregnant, generally.
Yeah.
Oh, you think it was the inside
I
fetus
think it was the beast.
thing.
I think
Yeah,
it was
coming out.
taking a toll on
Oh.
her mental health.
Yeah.
How many minutes do we think she screamed for at the end?
That
was
was
a
a-
large part
That
of
was
the
a
movie.
long.
She
Yeah.
was giving birth, and the sound of that baby or beast or whatever it was when it hit the earth. It was a sound that
Amazing.
Only
Yeah.
a wet diaper.
This
could
should
make.
be Oscar
Yes,
contender
for best sound next
for
year.
best sound.
it did sound like a wet diaper.
Yeah,
falling.
it's hump and squish
Yeah.
like of a wet diaper.
It was incredible.
It was a good
Yeah.
time.
Yeah. But we should probably thank our sponsor.
Yeah.
So after Taco's rant last episode about people blowing their nose loudly, Puffs Puffs Tissues
Oh.
approached us and wanted to sponsor this. So thanks to Puffs.
Oh,
Thanks,
Puffs. Wait. The tissues?
The tissues.
Not Cheeto Puffs.
Not Cheeto Puffs.
Okay.
Puffs the tissues.
Just wanted to specify.
sorry, Puffs, but I don't use them because they're too soft. They make me sneeze more.
Really?
And then I have to blow my nose more. So I
What if
actually
you use
don't
the
buy
lotion
Puffs.
puffs?
But clearly
Oh.
last week the person in the theater used Puffs
Yeah.
because they were nonstop.
But
blowing
Puffs is like the shitty version of Kleenex, right?
I think it's it's an offshoot of. I think it's like the softer.
Oh, it's not their
Kleenex brand.
competitor?
I thought Puffs were Kleenex
We
brand.
should probably have straightened this out before
No.
we.
I think they're
announce them as our
competitors.
sponsor.
Sorry, Puffs.
Puffs is not my favorite.
Yeah. I think their tagline is Puffs the shitty Kleenex, right?
I think it's Puff Puff Pass.
Yeah, I'll pass on Puffs. That's for sure.
What happened to Dare, Taco?
Dare? Oh, drug abuse resistance education.
Yeah, and you just said puff, puff, pass.
Not me. I was just saying
meant
what some people
about
I
our
meant
sponsor.
blow my nose.
blow
and
my
pass
nose
the
and
tissue.
pass it on to
tissue.
the
Well,
garbage
you should-
because
I think this movie also is
You
a
shouldn't
warning
let her.
against drugs. She drank the alcohol, the blood of Christ.
Yes.
Animator stick?
and it made her. Well, I think they like had spiked it or drugged it or something.
Yeah.
And then she shouldn't have drank the
Good
wine.
point.
So don't drink with
Don't.
priests.
Yeah, don't
Don't drink with
priests.
priests. And when you do throw up, Puffs is the best way to clean it up.
The quicker puker upper. Sorry.
So what do we think Puff stands for?
People using or umbilical for the U.
Picking
like
up
Sydney.
fudge farts.
Yeah.
There you go.
Picking up
That's
New
fudge
slogan.
farts.
Puff. Picking up
Up
fudge farts.
Wow. Thank you. Thank you to our sponsors.
Yes.
Well, we're
We're
home.
home.
Matt, do you want to give us a little Italian blessing?
I'd love to.
Thank you. Let's bow our heads, folks.
That's all.
Oh,
That
that
vibrato.
was a no.
Beautiful.
Like and subscribe.